7. Hey! Whoa.
Oh.
I didn't know that one. Weird.
Hey! Only a few screw-ups. Verbally.
Well,
for me.
only one major technical problem that time, and it doesn't make sense. The shot that worked is functionally identical to the shot that did not work.
Well.
Every other bit of me in the episode was the same. Because each cut is an individual shot. Mm-hmm. And only that one of mine didn't work. And the one that did, eventually I swapped it out, is exactly the same. Mm. Doesn't make sense.
Well, we got through it. We didn't actually think of an outro, so I just thought I would dance.
Yeah, fair enough.
And do, like, Calvin Hobbes style celebration.
Nothing wrong with dancing. If it hadn't been for that whole thing would have been...
Except for you were not paying attention when you were teleprompting my first story, and you kept scrolling off.
Well, that was in the first take, so that was fine.
Oh yeah.
The second take was I wasn't paying attention because everyone was going, "We can't hear it," and I was like, which is a little bit more concerning than.
Then Graham, I can't read my story.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Fine. You looked good. It's okay.
So, I just got the email from Twitch and it's over. Well, it'll be up on our YouTube tomorrow.
That's okay, but that's why we screwed out the first time, to give you guys more time to get into.
I'm gonna put the microphone back up on the table here, and we're gonna bring Paul around and talk about some of the stories. And some of the stories we didn't do. There was a lot of good stories this week because of course CES just happened, and yeah, bring the chair around. Paul's gonna walk in front of the mic for a moment.
Excuse me.
There goes Paul. Here, hand me that chair.
Oh my goodness, this is dangerous.
I guess we could just like put it off in that corner.
Yeah, we could do that next time. I don't know why I look flustered.
Yeah, we look way redder on
I don't
camera
know
than
why
we
I
do
look
in
so
person.
red on this camera.
Also, my blush is not actually just like 2 hot pink circles I have drilled onto my cheeks. I actually wiped a bunch of it off earlier.
Yeah, it's something to do with the color on this camera. It's really, really bright.
Yeah, Paul's shirt is that is probably a shade or 2 brighter red than he is actually wearing too.
Yeah.
Like it's like a muted burgundy.
Hello,
like
guys.
in real life.
I forgot.
And on the camera it looks it's much more vibrant.
I used this coat for a different character for a Loading Ready Run video we were shooting on the weekend. So I took the Professor Pigglesworth pin off.
Ah.
Well spotted. Best part of CES, cell phone controlled enabled crockpot.
It's
I mean, Kathleen, your hair looks black as your heart. My hair and my heart are black. Thank you. So yeah, the color intensity. Hold on, Paul. You can scooch towards Graham.
Can I?
Can he?
Snugly.
Can he though?
All right.
Let's find out.
Oh, we're one big happy family.
So the other big change that we made this year.
Oh, Graham hug.
Graham hugged that Graham doesn't actually participate in anymore. So the other big change we made this time is we teleprompted the stories. Haha!
So it actually looked like we were actually looking at the camera correctly.
Yes, instead of being
the way that we always used to do it
going?
on CheckPoint downstairs. We actually have like a music stand clamp for our iPad that goes on the tripod.
Yeah, and that only works with an iPad 1, which we have here.
Yeah, so that's good.
Actually, somebody says that that's why TV anchors wear makeup, Graham. And if you're wearing like light makeup,
I used to, and then it didn't make any difference, but maybe it will now.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
So-
Maybe next time I'll paint half your face with some like powder, and then we can see if there's a difference.
Death Javu. The German court ruling seems like it hits any and all free-to-play games, literally all of them. So yeah, the thing about that ruling is that it's like people are worried about it because it's really open.
Literally, that's actually the response in the community has been. So does this mean we can't do free-to-play games in Germany anymore?
Yeah. So
and apparently it's not quite that bad, but it's it's definitely causes a lot of concern.
Yeah, what Graham was reading as the example of acceptable marketing copy was, of course, that was me taking the piss.
Yes.
Right? Like, I don't know what their acceptable copy standards are going to be, but it's definitely, like, like, one of the things in the story, which
we have a new subscriber.
Oh!
Briar's the Fox.
Thank you for subscribing. Do you like... Wait, hold on. I gotta think for a second here about a Kathleen commercial.
In the meantime, I'll do mine. Briar's the Fox. Thank you for subscribing.
What does the fox say? Ow, 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 ow. I'm stuck in a briar. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, 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 Wow! Please let that fox out of the briar. It is cruel. Briar's a fox.
All right.
Okay.
I hope that was worth your...
The it was really funny. I said that they used the word pimp. It was actually de Pimpwoch, which is Pimp Week. Pimp not meaning pimp in the use of like Pimp My Ride, which by the way, Pimp My Ride was huge in Germany
I would think so.
when it was on. Yeah.
Like, did they actually just show the American version, or did they
Yeah.
have like their own version,
Yeah.
like the UK people did?
No, they showed the American version. Oh hey, Just Another Muffin just subscribed. Everyone give Just Another Muffin the all muffin emote.
Yeah, we have an emote just for such an occasion.
Aw, thank you, Just Another Muffin, for subscribing.
Do you like muffins or donuts or danishes or maybe bear claws? Why not try just another muffin? Fill your gut with that starch. Just another muffin probably won't make you fat.
Just one more muffin. Just another muffin.
Tiny muffin. It's a wafer thin.
A wafer thin muffin. That'd be a terrible muffin.
Green Bee says, Pimper scenes. Oh, I scrolled off.
Too many muffins.
You can see on the Twitch page, if you click the smiley at the bottom near the chat thing, it'll show you the emotes we have right now. Or you can type LRR in lowercase and then AWW, LRR all in all caps. And you can use our emotes on any Twitch channel you choose. And we'll be adding more.
They will be extremely confused.
Yeah, we only have 4 right now. But I love our emotes. I think our emotes are great.
So yeah, if you want to send somebody a sad muffin when they're being a whiny person, then you can do that.
Maybe we should also have the happy muffin. The awesome muffin.
Awesome muffin.
What else did you have for stories?
So we had, I was just looking at my stories here. We've got the Robert Bowling foiling the late night robbery.
Did you guys see this video?
Wait, hold on. Before we start, Sacrificial Toast just subscribed.
What? Hey, thank you for subscribing.
We have a baked goods theme going on with subscribers now.
Oh man, now I want to go have a part of this complete breakfast.
No kidding. Hey everybody, our satanic ritual is getting you down. Just don't have enough children and or pigs and or sloths to sacrifice because of laws and endangered and just bullshit. Why not try some sacrificial toast? Lord Satan himself is prone to a little sourdough. Likes it with some jam. Why not? You can do worse. That was my best David impersonation.
Sloths?
Sloths.
Why would you sacrifice a sloth?
Well, I don't know. It's for Satan. Satan's a jerk.
Yeah, that's fair.
They can't run away very fast.
So did you guys see this video of Robert Bowling? He works on Call of Duty?
No, he used to work on Call of Duty.
Okay.
He was the creative strategist for Call of Duty. But he is now working for a company called Robotoki.
But there was a video that went around because someone tried to break into their dev offices by kicking the glass door open and letting himself in. And then he was the only one there, so he just ran downstairs and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy was like, "Huh!" and ran away. And then he posted a vine of the security camera footage of him chasing away the crims.
The best thing actually though is that this is the second time the police have been to these particular offices this year, or in 2013.
And the other time he also was there.
Yeah,
right?
the other time he was also the only one there.
But didn't he trip the silent alarm by mistake?
No, apparently somebody else tripped the silent alarm, but was gone by the time the police actually showed up.
So they arrested him?
And so they arrested him after a brief standoff with a Call of Duty stand-up that was in the window.
Okay, hold on. T. Stodden just subscribed.
Hey, T. Stodden, thank you for subscribing.
And
A. Stodden, B. Stodden, C. Stodden, D. Stodden. Just skip all the others and get to the best Stodden. T. Stodden.
And our radicals.
Our crads.
Our crads.
Our crads. Thank you, our crads, for subscribing.
Okay, more people get subscribed when Kathleen is on so they can get a Kathleen commercial. That is probably true. All right, our crads. Oh, wait, hold on. Dirge Novak just subscribed.
Dirge Novak, thank you for subscribing.
All right. Okay, hold on.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Maybe you can combine all of those into one ad, Kathleen.
Are high prices just driving you crads? Why not come on down to Dave's Discount Emporium where we've got things like toast and muffins and things that you can sacrifice to Satan. Because nobody wants to go R-crads. Once you go all the way crads, you can't come back. You want to go maybe N-crads, M-crads, most R-crads too far. Take it back down at Dave's discount.
Are you out of crads? You'll love our crads.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Jesus. Soul
Wait,
X
Dirge Novak.
Dirge Novak.
We gotta get through these faster.
Soul X Mjolnir. Or Socks Mjolnir? I'm gonna go with it's So X Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Thank you for subscribing.
Dirge Novak, do you need an upbeat thing? Then why is the word dirge in your name? Let us all sing solemnly to celebrate this person, man or woman. Their songs are not very exciting, but Dirge Novak, thank you.
That's the music that's playing in the store where you can come down and buy our crads.
Yeah, and Soul X...
So
X Mjolnir.
Yeah. Well, you got your Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Right.
These are hard
and
to
then
think
you
of
got
off the top of your head.
you got your X Mjolnir. And you know what it's So X Mjolnir.
So X. Okay. See, when I do the Kathleen commercials for the Kickstarter, I'll have lots of time to think about them. Oh my god, I went down to the mall today and they had this So X Mjolnir. No way. It was so fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen, girl. Wow. But still, So X Mjolnir. So hot. Thank you for subscribing.
Wow.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
What else did we not report on?
Well, there's also the whole thing with the WWE Network.
Yeah, this seemed like a cool story, but it wasn't necessarily game related, and we weren't sure what to do about it. But the WWE has someone at Titan Towers, which is that's their head office, has finally made a good decision in terms of online content, and they're starting a WWE 24-hour streaming network that you'll be able to access off basically literally any device that connects to the internet, which is the correct way to do it. And it's like, I guess it costs about Netflix a month.
$10.
Right, it costs about $10
so it's
a month.
a little more than Netflix, but
it
costs about Netflix.
It costs about Netflix, and
it's
going to be 24 hours a day of stuff, and it comes with all the pay-per-views.
Yeah,
I don't know what it does with Raw and SmackDown because those are on TV, but it comes with all the pay-per-views.
Yeah, it's all the pay-per-views, and then they haven't said how much it's going to be, but they have some amount of archived WWE, WCW, and ECW stuff.
But it's basically for the cost of, if you're into WWE, for the cost of like 2 pay-per-views.
For a year.
You get all the pay-per-views.
All right, we have 2 more subscribers.
Good heavens.
Darth Brewster and Devin Sanity just subscribed.
Darth Brewster, thank you for subscribing. And Devin Sanity, thank you for subscribing.
All right. Well, I had to scroll up for a second. So, Graham, can you remember Devin Sanity for me?
Yes, of course.
I am Darth Brewster, head of the intergalactic Star Destroyer, the USS Microbrew. We shall wipe out all of the crappy beer production on Alderaan and replace it with a delicious microbrew that does a really nice IPA and we'll do like in the winter time, we'll do like a caramel winter ale. That'll be real good. Ah, yes, the force of brewing is strong with I, Darth Brewster.
Devin Sanity.
I think that was what we
that
just
was really
thought
good.
Was Devin Sanity.
Also, Crackling Perimeter just subscribed.
Oh.
Crackling Perimeter combos well with Gates. Thank you for subscribing.
I think we got to do these a little faster, otherwise we're not actually.
This
is just going to be the talk about subscribing show.
Asoksa, thank you for subscribing.
Hey, do you guys want to know how to make Kathleen Insane Maker do a lot of subscriber commercials all at once, just like Devin Insanity made me do? And there's 2 more coming up after this. I'm sure I'll be okay. But Devin Insanity, thank you for subscribing. All right, Crackling Perimeter. Hey, do you like magic cards that are build-arounds? Sure, why not? Why not name your Twitch account after one? Probably not taken because it's not a great card, but hey, you could do worse. Crackling Perimeter.
I love the Crackling Perimeter.
That's a build-around.
Yeah, but it's fun.
And Asoksa. Asoksa? Asoksa. Glory to Asoksa. Says Green Bee.
I like that, yeah.
Dirge Novak, that is a scoop. It is from Games of Magic. It is to indicate that one or other player should scoop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And welcome to Kenji's Hell during the 24-hour stream.
No kidding.
I like the Devin Sanity one.
Yeah.
But the fact that when he subscribed, we were talking about wrestling stuff. Because that's it. It's like, you've now entered Devin Sanity.
Devin Sanity.
It's like, you can imagine that being like the name of a wrestler or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or like his call sign.
Ahsoka. All I can think of is glory to Ahsoka now that Green Bee said it.
I like that. That's good.
All right. Welcome, comrade, to glorious Republic of Ahsoka. We have here Twitch subscriber. Only export. Only import, urine. I don't know why we don't make it ourselves. Do not ask. Glory to Ahsoka. Thank you for subscribing.
Gross.
Okay. There's also PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Oh yeah. We almost wrote a story on this. I'm very hopeful for PlayStation Now. It sounds like a great thing. So, Gaikai was this service, this game streaming service, the same as OnLive, and
so Gaikai they used primarily for in-browser demos of things and stuff.
And
they
Sony
didn't really have like an independent service.
Sony bought Gaikai, and they've now unveiled what they're doing with it, which is called PlayStation Now, and you will be able to play PlayStation 1, 2, 3, or 4 games streaming to your PlayStation 3 PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 games streaming to your PlayStation 3 or 4, and eventually the Vita.
Oh, that's baller.
And so, do we know yet if it's like a per thing or if it's like a subscription based?
They haven't been totally clear, but they've said there will be a subscription thing that gives you access to some games.
Okay. Yeah, as Dirge Novak
it probably won't be all of the games.
Nocturne on PlayStation Now, please.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is I know a lot of people who are really excited about this because, if you have like old PS2 classic games or you want to play them and you can't get them or you don't have a working PS2 anymore, as long as they make the library of games pretty big, it would be sweet, right?
Oh, and it will also stream to Sony TVs and mobile phones, but that matters for about 5 people.
And James Bond.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
Fair enough.
We missed a subscriber. Can you scroll back
His
up?
name was their name was Unremitting.
Unremitting?
Unremitting. Thank you for subscribing. Unremitting. Don't let anyone tell you to remit.
No.
It's not okay.
All right, unremitting.
Well, they haven't. Insecure Fat Kitten says I recall them saying it was a subscription, but they haven't been perfectly clear on it. I'm hoping that I can just rent a game basically.
I believe there will be both.
Okay, cool. That would be good because I don't want to actually. I'm already paying for PlayStation Plus.
Oh yeah, Dirk Novak and Snakebitten419 say you can either pay a monthly fee or you can
Yes.
Okay.
Go for each game.
The keynote they say PlayStation Now will offer both rentals and a subscription service that will enable you to explore a range of titles.
Okay, but they haven't given price points.
I would hazard to guess good stuff won't be available on the subscription. It'll be older stuff that you get by the subscription.
That's fine. But people want to play older games, and if you just want to catch up on stuff that you missed, right? Because anybody who's watching this who's 19 or 20, you guys were not around for the PlayStation 2 era and most of the games that would come out then.
Era.
The PlayStation 2 era, and you wouldn't have played those games, and so it's kind of it's a good way for people to catch up on older games.
Unremitting. We will not be at PAX East this year because James is getting married that weekend, but we will be at We'll be at PAX Prime. We'll be back at PAX East next year, and we have a new subscriber.
Yes,
but you got to do unremittings.
Unremitting.
In the meantime, Jaded Cynic.
That's
nice name, Jaded Cynic. Thank you for subscribing.
That's just sad.
You're a cynic and jaded.
You're jaded about being a cynic. It's so everything's so cynical these days.
I just don't believe in anything.
Hey everybody, have you tried submitting expense reports and getting all your stuff reimbursed to you? And wait, what does remitting even mean?
When does that stop you? Keep going.
I know what most words mean. I can't think of it right now, and I'm getting confused. Tenniting?
I misspelled it. Be quiet.
All right, I will do unremitting. Unremitting. I will do as soon as I.
To remit is cancel or refrain from exacting or inflicting a debt or punishment. So unremitting means you won't do that. You will not stop yourself from...
Oh, you're going to go after them.
Yeah.
Ooh. He's a debt collector by day and a debt collector by night. He shows no mercy for people who owe $2,000 left on their 1996 Kia Sedona van. He is unremitting. Starring someone and Vin Diesel.
I like he's a debt collector, but all that's the thing where it's like he's this
It
thing.
hasn't broken me.
He's like this thing by day and this thing by night. It's like if somebody's a debt collector by day, at night they're still a debt collector. They could be doing something else, but like you would say that person's job is still debt collector. They just don't happen to be at work right then.
That's
So
true.
everybody, like if you're a debt, like I'm a film, we do loading ready run by day, but I also am involved in loading ready run at night. Like I don't stop being involved in loading
Yeah.
ready run at night. Anyway.
All right, and Jaded Cynic. Hey everybody, do you find being cynical is just too mainstream? Do you think being jaded is just so last year on Twitter? You know what? Combine them. Add some jaded and some cynic. Add a couple of middle fingers and you've got Jaded Cynic. Nothing impresses him/her. They're too cool for that. You could do worse, or could you? Only Jaded Cynic will tell you why.
They're too cool for that.
Yes.
So I mean, the main thing with PlayStation Now, like the reason.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, thank you.
The reason why I was doing, I actually was particularly interested about it is they demoed their thing at CES, and the problem is that they demoed it. CES is not a very good setup for that kind of stuff, and so they demoed it with a server like down the hall, which is like, so now you're just demoing like house game streaming.
Yeah.
Which is already a thing. Like
Yeah.
that's not actually.
But
that impressive.
Gaikai did work.
Gaikai did work.
And now they have Sony behind them. So
Yeah.
I have faith that it can work. I think the service is going to live or die on the back of its library. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it just going to be PlayStation 1 greatest hits titles? Hopefully not. Like, there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to, like, just have the library. Right? That'd be so cool to just go and discover, like, old shitty games.
I mean, the reason is licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
which is
like,
what kills all of these things all the time. Is that there'll be catalogs from different developers and stuff, right?
Yeah, Krieger-san says Gaikai worked if you were close enough to the server.
Right.
Well, that's
so the hope is
that's what Paul was saying.
that Sony's going to be able to has deep enough pockets that they can set up enough servers around, so that people will be relative. Because that was the OnLive problem too, right? Is that you got to be within a certain distance of the server to make it work, and OnLive never could quite get it going.
To be fair, so Kalalera says PlayStation 1 greatest hits. What, both of them? Dude, PS1 had some awesome games that I would love to play again.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I mean,
You know what you haven't heard of in a while? Vagrant Story.
oh.
That's a good one.
I just saw a thing. The developer of Vagrant Story just came out with a game.
Ooh,
Oh.
sweet.
I remember just seeing a thing where it was like previously known for Vagrant Story. It's
Excuse me.
yeah. I mean,
Kalalera. Thank you. Sorry, Kalalera.
presumably anything that is currently available in like the PSN store.
Should be.
Stuff like Final Fantasy VII and things probably won't
Yeah.
be on this service, I would guess.
Oh man, I remember reviewing Hogs of War.
Hogs of War?
Yeah, I reviewed Hogs of War when I was working at a game review site in town. It was
Uh-huh.
like a kind of a Worms-ish style game, but 3D and with pigs, and it was during World War II.
It was
That
like
sounds awful.
It was like just like a turn-based shoot stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, original Legacy of Kain, Chrono Cross. Somebody mentioned Xenogears,
Mm-hmm.
the Metal Gear. Like, there's actually
all
a
good
lot
things.
of really good
Brave
games
Fencer
on
Musashi.
Yeah.
PlayStation 1.
All the original Crash Bandicoots.
Metal Gear's been re-released, so it's
Tony
not
Hawk
that
Pro
big an
Skater
issue.
2. Of course, Final Fantasy Tic Tacs.
I mean, and lots of people don't have like a PS1 to play Final Fantasy VII on. I know there's lots of different ways to play it now, but there's lots of other good games. And there's lots of good like games on PlayStation 2, like all of the old Atlas titles that are now impossible to find because they were printed in really small numbers. If that goes ahead on the licensing, it'll be great.
It was voiced by Rick Mail. I think you're right. I think Hogs of War is where I learned the phrase "easy peasy lemon squeezy."
Oh really?
Yeah,
Well,
it's one of the
that-
things the pigs would say.
That might be
The
one
British pigs.
That might be one of the only good things to come out of Hogs of War.
It was funny enough. Just the gameplay was not that good.
Oh, speaking of weird English phrases, somebody on Twitter asked me the other day. They're like, "I'm really enjoying watching you and Cam stream, but what's so bad about pear shapes?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Oh, go when things go pear shaped."
Right.
So
It's a British term that means everything's gone funny.
Everything's gone
Yeah,
bad.
it'd be interesting to see what the gestation of that is, though.
I don't know. Yeah. It's got nothing to do with like body type or anything.
No.
So
even pears.
the other stories we looked at, Spy Party's new. They just have released an update with new graphics that look really good, except there's currently some bugs that basically make everything go really crazy.
Oh man!
In a highly amusing way. The problem, I mean, as a story, that's not that good because it's just basically look at this funny video. But yeah, I suggest look up Spy Party like new art or something like that.
Yeah.
And you should be able to check out that video of it's basically like a bunch of people hanging around at this at the Spy Party like at a party, and then somebody dies and everything goes bonkers. Like a guy, his whole body crumples up into itself, and then he slowly floats up to the ceiling.
And then his cheekbones start going.
So he's got like these two huge devil horns, and he's like his head is slowly rotating in midair. And my reaction was, I need a GIF of this to be my avatar on every social media site ever for the rest of time.
And then like the dead body starts sort of slowly moving its way across the.
And
ground.
one guy stays perfectly still, stays perfectly normal, but starts just scooching backwards.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't know how just like adding new graphics does all that, but God, I love bugs.
Apparently, one definition of pear-shaped is from the RAF in the 1940s when pilots would where they were trying to do loops and they ended up looking distorted or pear-shaped.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Oh,
hi, Dix.
We're all looking a little green. It's because we're green screened. We're not actually on this backdrop. It's an elaborate lie.
This backdrop does exist downstairs. It's what we used to use, but this is where our streaming office is. So we're literally green screening ourselves over a picture of somewhere else in this building.
They're making a board game of The Witcher.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. So here's the thing, because we looked at The Witcher for Unskippable. We did the first Witcher game for Unskippable, and it looked bad. Like the first Witcher looked bad, and we heard that it was bad. And then the second Witcher came out, and we only looked at the opening titles. We didn't actually go into the game for that. And based on, or not the opening cinematic, it didn't look great. But everyone's been saying that The Witcher 2 is actually really good.
Yeah, like I started playing The Witcher 2, and I just really couldn't get into it. Like, I started playing it, and there's like a bunch of stuff which I assume is stuff that's references to the first game and all this stuff, and I was talking to people and doing stuff, and they did a bunch of tutorials about the fighting system and how to lay traps and and I was just like, I'm too tired for this. It's like, this just seems like a lot of work. I mean, I get that if you're into it, yeah.
General consensus is Witcher 2 is really good.
But so it's so apparently the board game is like, there's 4 players. You can Geralt, Dandelion, Triss Marigold, and Yarpen Zigrin.
And it's a completely new game. It's not like Witcher Monopoly.
No.
Witchopoly.
So yeah, you have like
the chance cards all say.
It sounds a little bit like the D&D
Witcher
games.
Clue. Witcher Clue would be good.
Which room did the Witcher witch a witch in?
It's always Geralt.
It's always Geralt, yeah.
So
who killed the witch? It was Geralt.
Yeah. So it sounds a little bit like the D&D board game. Like you have like cards and you level up and you do quests.
Hey.
Which range from simple monster hunts to other things.
Nadge Nudge just subscribed. Nadge Nudge, thank you for stop it. Thank you for subscribing.
Hey everybody, do you want to bother Graham? Don't give him a nudge. That's weird. That's probably not safe for work. If you nudge somebody at work, they are probably going to report you to HR. Nobody wants that. Just give him a little nudge. But you know what? You really want to get his attention? Give him a nad nudge. That's right. Nad nudge right in the moneymaker. Right in the baby maker.
It's not nad nudge. It's nad nudge. Okay.
Right in there. You could do worse than hitting somebody in the nudge nudge.
think those were the main ones. China's lifted its console ban, which is kind of interesting.
It was funny. When we were throwing stories around about an hour ago, Paul was like, China's lifted its ban on consoles, and Kathleen was like, okay, that there was always a way to get consoles, which I guess.
Yeah.
It's more official now, though.
It's not gray market.
That's gonna be a big deal.
Well, it means that people will have to pay tax on them, so I imagine people might be a little bit more annoyed.
Still, it's
It'll
a
be easier to get
huge
games.
market.
You won't have to
But it's such a huge market.
It's true.
It's going to be really big for.
It's going to be good for the companies.
Yeah.
I think people who are probably already playing console games in China will probably have to pay full if you could get them online illegally or gray marketly, you probably could keep doing that. But it's probably going to be more convenient. Yeah, Deja Vu says, well, it's now easier. And it might be, I don't know. There's probably a markup premium on that, but we'll see.
I mean, I would guess that a lot of this is actually more, related to actually wanting to be able to have more control over the stuff coming, because they've said it's they won't allow things that have sort of negative Chinese, negative portrayals of China and stuff, right?
Do any games even do that anymore? Because China is such a huge international market, the incidence of Chinese people being bad guys has gone right down in most movies and entertainment stuff.
But if you're making a console game and it won't actually be released in China, it makes it a little different. But yeah, so now theoretically games could actually be localized to China, and presumably the Chinese audience is going to be huge. So.
Raven Shade, yes, you did miss the actual Checkpoint Plus, but it'll be up on our YouTube channel tomorrow.
Yep.
So, there's that.
There's also the Twitch replay, when this is done.
Yeah, I mean, this whole mess will go up on... So, because we have a lot of you watching right now, we'll try and get this information out again. YouTube.com/loadingreadyrun is our main YouTube channel, and everything there gets linked from our website, except for the crap shots, but that's coming. And that's where most of our stuff is, and that's where the edited Checkpoint Plus lives. But due to overwhelming viewer demand, we have started youtube.com/loadingreadylive, where the full archives of all of our gaming streams go, so that people don't have to deal with the Twitch TV archiving. So it doesn't go up it doesn't always go up the same day. It can take a little while for us to actually get it up there, because they're big files. It takes a long time to upload, but they're up there.
And so this will probably be up there.
Yeah, we may as well.
So a lot of people are rightly pointing out that a lot of shooters have Chinese bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Expect that to change now that you can buy you can buy consoles and games in China.
But they had to stop using Germans, because whenever they tried to move a game to Germany, they had to
take out all the Nazis.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna.
So then they moved on to Chinese people, and now what? Now what do we have?
Well, no, they're gonna do.
I'm kidding.
Whatever that game is.
Actually, we went through a terrorist period for a little while there, and then everyone was like, "Can we stop just doing Middle Eastern people are bad?"
Yeah, can we get away from Badistan?
Yeah.
No. Now it's the one place where they're safe is what is that game that did it already?
Homefront did North Korea.
Yeah,
which was
North Korea, because the chances of them finding out about it are pretty slim.
True. Canadian Geek, there is a way to do it automatically, but the problem is doing it from the Twitch backend. You can only do 2 hours at a time, so we have to chop the streams up, and you can't edit them properly beforehand. So if we do a commercial break, there's just 3 minutes of a still frame in the middle. So it's easier to do it the way that we do it.
A lot of people suggesting that the next bad guys go back to being Russians or Canadians. Which I think
no one will ever suspect.
Yeah. No one will believe it.
Canadians, unfortunately, I don't think Canadians have funny enough accents.
Well, you could go real rural with it.
Yeah, but that's not. It's like certain nationalities don't have scary accents.
No.
Death to America, eh?
Yeah.
You send over the nuclear missile codes,
it's always the advantage of
we'll cut the throat of your president, eh?
Our Air Force repeatedly beats you in war games now.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, you send us a 2-4, you're done for.
We don't have much of a navy or a land army, but boy howdy, our Air Force, I tell you what.
Yeah, all 12 of them, eh?
Yeah, you get your president on the phone to the Prime Minister right now, or we will be invading after hockey.
Because,
Oh man.
no one's going to want to miss that.
Mostly unrelated. If you've seen the latest episode, the first episode of the new season of Justified, it's awesome because they're selling pot and the shipment doesn't come when it's supposed to, and so one of the main guys has to go and talk to the Canadian connection, who are these like incredibly nasty cutthroat guys. One of which was played by Dave Foley.
Sweet. Oh man.
That's really funny.
It's like, I thought you guys were supposed to be nice. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. Sampy 104 says he saw a movie on the CBC about Canada joining the U.S. so it could like take it over from the inside. So clearly this is science fiction.
Phantasma said, "Why is Graham's Canadian accent all Irish?" Because I don't think it is, but the sort of the Canadian accent, that kind of Canadian accent comes from sort of the maritime provinces, and Newfoundland especially. Newfoundland is...
That's different from the one you were doing.
Yeah, the Newfoundland accent is almost more... which was not what I was doing. I can't do a very good Newfie accent. It's basically Irish. Like,
yeah. I mean, if you...
Unknown Gamer 88 says...
Rick Mercer's accent. I mean, his isn't quite as strong.
He's from Halifax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so his is moderated a little bit over the years, but that's... that's the Newfie accent.
Way back when Loading Ready Run's motto was like porn but better, which was ill-advised.
Poorly thought out.
God, everyone always makes fun of me for my pronunciation of our easternmost province.
Newfoundland?
Yeah, that's what I say. Newfoundland.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Newfoundland.
Yeah. Everyone always gets on my ass about it. They're like, no. They're like, well, this is how we pronounce it on the West. I'm sorry.
People on your...
Oh, no, Rick Mercer is from Newfoundland.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
People on the East Coast from Newfoundland as well. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be pronounced.
That's what I thought.
Oh, but he's a townie, and so his accent is weaker.
Anyway, we had him do a plug for it. He's like, loadingreadyrun.com. It's better than Parn.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating, but he did the Parn.
Oh, it's land instead of Lund, not the middle part.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland instead of Newfoundland.
Anyway. Wait, hang on. Osprey is saying that the emphasis is on the middle syllable, so Newfoundland. That doesn't make any sense. Every time I do it, someone links me to... There's one guy especially who links me to a pronunciation guide, and he's like, no, you keep fucking it up. And I listen to it, and I listen to the pronunciation, and I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I swear that's what I'm saying.
Well, people often mispronounce the name of our province when it's supposed to be. People are always like British Columbia, and I'm like, no, marijuana paradise. Jeez.
It's British Columbia.
I'm just gonna start saying NF and Labrador.
NF and Labs.
Dark Overlord. The YouTube channel for the game live streams is youtube.com/loadingreadylive. Loading Ready Live.
Zanaid just linked to it. All right.
Sweet. I will put that link on the page, on the Loading Ready Live page soon.
We only got a couple minutes left because then we got to reset the feed briefly and come back with GPLP, where Paul and I are going to continue playing Dark, which is awful, and we're having a blast.
Yeah.
So be sure to stick around.
Hopefully we can play the second mission.
Yeah, that starts in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So do we have any other gaming news to talk about?
Let's see. We
got a little distracted.
There's one or two that I didn't actually even bother to tell you guys because we already had 6. We already had enough stories.
It is not live on YouTube. No, it's just that's where we put our replays.
Yeah. There's a game being made called Painters Guild that is basically, the idea is that they're trying to it kind of like the presentation kind of looks like Diner Dash or like Tapper or something. Like there's like people line up, except the thing that they're lining up for are paintings by Renaissance masters, and you're the guy who runs the guild and so you like have to hire painters, and like painters with certain similar styles work together, but if they have different styles then they can get mad at each other, and so you have to like manage that. So, and whether they're apparently like whether they're heterosexual or homosexual comes into play. because at that, we're talking like Renaissance time period. At that time period, then homosexuality can be dangerous in certain circumstances. You can get arrested for it and stuff, and the guild that harbors the person who gets arrested for that could also get in trouble. So there's like a whole sort of story involved in it. But the actual like presentation of the game was like little pixel art dudes moving around and like people sort of lining up and stuff. It actually looks pretty cool.
That sounds awesome, actually.
No, I got the joke, Dark Overlord. I would just pronounce it that way because it's funny. Dear Doctors Lur, what is your opinion on Steam machines? If they can be reasonably priced, I guess.
Didn't they come out at like $600 though?
I don't see the
rumor?
point.
There have been ones released planned between $500 and $3,000.
You're just buying a PC. Why don't you just have a PC? I like the controller. The controller looks cool.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard good things about the controller.
Yeah, I just don't.
I saw
$600 though.
Yeah, I mean, like I saw an article today. Actually, they were talking about Valve's goal for the controller is for it to be flexible enough to play Dota on.
On the controller?
Yeah.
How would that work?
Well, that's the thing. But they're saying that they want it to be...
Everything I've read about using the controller is like, it feels super weird until it works for you, and then it's awesome. You're like, oh, this doesn't make any... Oh! So...
All right.
But they want it... Yeah, but they want it to... The idea is that they want to... If they can do that, then they will have accomplished their goal of being able to replace a mouse and keyboard, right?
Yeah.
There was an episode... This reminds me about the Ouya. There was an episode of CheckPoint that went... Because we cross-posted all the old episodes to our YouTube channel, and there was an episode where we talked about the Ouya, and someone commented on it saying, rewatching this episode is the first time I've heard of the Ouya since watching this episode. There was a picture on Reddit of someone who found one at Goodwill.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
When the Ouya was first announced, I was still working at a blog called Inside Mobile Apps, which I had to stop working at. Not because I was bad at my job. I was quite good at my job, but I had to.
We needed the help.
Help with strip search. And since then, Loading Ready Run has been busy, so I haven't gotten back into the tech and game industry journalism thing. And when Ouya first came out, I actually had the opportunity to interview Julie Ehrman, the CEO of Ouya, and ask her some questions about her monetization plan and what they were going to do. And after talking to her and mostly her PR representative for about 30 minutes as my questions were batted away like flies, I came to the conclusion that Ouya has no monetization strategy and the company doesn't know what they're doing, and anybody who buys an Ouya is not... I mean, you're going to get a little Android device that you can use for your own means, but don't expect it to be a games console. And feeling pretty good about my first instincts there. Because, like, it's a great idea, but they do not know what they're doing as a company, right? So, and I make that... XBMC is the only thing that makes an Ouya even close to useful, says Jorgnath.
Yeah,
and
like as a little Linux set-top box, I can see it actually being quite cool, but as a video game system, I don't know.
Oh wow, Caladera actually got his Ouya from a charity shop.
For how much?
Yeah.
They're only like $50, aren't they? No, $100, $60? I don't know.
No monetization, so it's free.
Just refer to that province as Terra Nova. All right. We got to call it there for Checkpoint Plus for this week because we have to come back on with GPLP in about 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna go get a drink and I'm gonna change and back out of my Checkpoint.
All right.
Checkpoint.
You heard it here first. GPLP naked.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you everyone who tuned in today.
Go and do that.
Thank you for bearing with us during our minor technical difficulties. I bet third time will be the charm and we'll be able to do the episode completely perfectly. And thank you everybody who subscribed. We have more content coming for you, but I'm out of here because I'm not playing Dark. That game looks awful.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, it looes terrible.
Vampire, the man who can't hold guns.
So bye everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right. I've turned off the